As the tournament was progressing, were you, as Kirti said, or as Sandeep said, the 7 good guys or the 7 other guys? Which group were you in?
Neutral, and incidentally, I've been mentioning this time and again that the captain and the manager had a single room, and so did the vice captain. The fourth person who had a single room was me.
Not because of your reputation.
Certainly not, because I had one of the Badmashes with me. So he was out practically every day. Can you imagine the state of that player?
Now you have to tell
present
us.
day.
You have to tell us.
Bubble and ACU. So it was.
So who was your roommate? Come on.
Any guesses?
You're looking left, so I'm assuming it's
I'm looking
Kirti.
at you. I'm looking at you.
I have no idea. Was it Kirti? Was it Ravi? Was it Sandeep?
My best buddy, right from college.
ये बेस्ट बडी है तो बोलने की जरूरत क्या है सब?
Bachelor. Let's admit that, you know. But he was one of those who was fun-loving, enjoying himself, and Sandy definitely was the ringleader, and Kirti was.
Sandy was the ringleader.
Yeah, the vice captain was certainly Kirti for sure. And even you spoke about superstitions, Harsha. Let me tell you, the Zimbabwe game, yes, Manbai was absolutely, adamant. Nobody moves out. But it was worse even in the final. Final, in case if you happen to be inside the dressing room and you're sitting there and a wicket falls, then you can't get up.
In 2 miles, take
And we had lot many people who were, from the board, BCCI, and everyone was sitting where they were parked at that moment.
The manager had that much power in those
He
days.
did enforce. In fact, the board president also forced it to sit.
Ravi, there's a mention about how would your team have been had there been COVID protocol. There's no way you, Kirti and Sandeep are sticking in 83?
Chance is it? No chance. You would have found a way to sneak out. No question about it. Sawal ही नहीं. You would have 100% found a way of sneaking out.
कभी कब आपको पता चला कि एक बहुत बड़ी चीज हमने की है? You said the last wicket. At that point, did you realize कि इतनी बड़ी चीज है कि 40 साल के बाद भी लोग उसमें फिल्म बनाना चाहेंगे, किताब करना चाहेंगे, इतने लोग देखिए हॉल भरा हुआ है, कहानियां सुनना चाहेंगे. At what point do you think यार हमने कुछ बड़ी चीज की है?
But I feel it's not happened overnight, over the period of time. हम जीते, बट आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि उसी दिन ज़िंदगी चेंज हो गई. ज़िंदगी हर रोज़ चेंज होती जाती है. लास्ट आई थिंक 10 साल में जो मुझे लगा कि बहुत प्यार मोहब्बत थोड़ी ज़्यादा मिल रही है, क्योंकि क्रिकेट इस जगह पर इंडियन क्रिकेट पहुंच गई है. तो उस समय तो ज़िंदगी चेंज नहीं हुई, लेकिन आज जब मिलते हैं तो लगता है कि हर एक दिन शायद वो इम्पॉर्टेंट दिन बनता जा रहा है, उसकी चर्चा होती है. तो इसलिए शायद अब हमें ज़्यादा इज्जत मान मिल रहा है, एंड वो आप शब्दों में भी नहीं बयान कर सकते. उस दिन अगर आप पूछो अगले दिन क्या हुआ, नॉर्मल लाइफ थी, कोई फ़र्क नहीं था. अगली सीरीज़ खेले, बड़ी पिटाई हुई, बड़ी गालियाँ मिली, वो सब कुछ नॉर्मल था. पर जब आप ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम होते हैं ना, तो पता चलता है कि दिस टीम हैव डन अ ग्रेट जॉब. एंड आई कैन, एज अ कैप्टन, आई कैन ओनली से दैट आई थिंक everybody was wonderful. You need those 7 people also this side. You need those 7 people, quiet people also. अगर सारे सुनील गावस्कर जैसे होते तो बाकी हो और कौन, सुनील गावस्कर कौन होता, और सारे अगर संदीप और कीर्ति और रवि की तरह होते तो बाकी कौन होता. I think it's a blend was very, very important. We had a very mature player also, and we had very young player, and to me the character is more important, and this team has a character. I think that's what I feel proud about that.
There's one other thing when you look at everybody over here. If you look down the scorecard, I still look at that scorecard so many times. Is that team batted till number 11? And that team had 6-7 bowling options. आजकल we talk about all-rounders, we talk about balance. वो टीम कंस्ट्रक्ट हुई थी वैसे कि इतने मुझे bowling options चाहिए कि
नहीं, मुझे इतना याद नहीं है. One can easily say the storyteller are the most beautiful people, like Sandeep. He tell the story, so you need that type of idea. I think आधी टीम बन जाती है और 90% टीम बन जाती है. 2-3 के ऊपर ही सिर्फ as a captain you have to work on that. कि यार you need mature people also, you need young boys also, and that's what it happened. If you ask me, I remember everything. No, I don't remember much of that, but it's remember that जब टीम बन गई, then you start feeling and start working on that. And some of the players who could have gone on that tour didn't make it, but that's how the life is all about.
Amit, what caused you to do this? I mean, you're too young to remember all these stories, man.
Yeah, I mean, like 3 years and some months. 2 years and some months.
That's okay. That's okay. You were not a World Cup baby like Yash and Renu had.
No, I think so. My parents were a bit ahead of time. So, but yeah, I mean, growing up, we've all played cricket, and I was blessed to be in the school which I was brought up. There was a lot of sports and activity that we've done. So we've always been very closely associated with cricket. And the moment we started doing Opus almost a decade back, we always thought we should do something special for the Indian, in the Indian sports or something related to India. During that whole conversation, the conversation just stuck one day, me and Ajay Jadeja sitting by the pool, talking about, we should do something on Opus. And next thing I know, he is in West Indies talking to Sunil sir connecting me to Kapil sir. And so it goes back like almost 3 years, 3.5 years, 2019. So this is a pre-COVID idea, which was conceived in COVID and released.
So you see, even COVID couldn't come in the way of a 1983 World Cup book.
So, what's funny is we actually started the whole Opus journey just the day before the lockdown was announced, the second wave, which was the most deadliest. And we were supposed to shoot with Kapil sir the next day, and immediately morning he said, यार कुछ लग रहा है, अभी नहीं करते, अगले हफ्ते करेंगे. And that अगला हफ्ता went on to become almost a month. So finally, when some sanity came back, so we had decided that. So essentially, the first thing that we do with any Opus is we get the signatures done, because that is the USP of the brand. Without the signatures, it's just another book. The authenticity comes with having all these greats signing on one piece of paper and making that piece of paper memorable and valuable at the same time. So flights were hardly flying. So literally our team had to drive from Delhi to Mumbai. First stop, we finished the Mumbai players. Then we moved to Goa. We did Mr. Amarnath. Then we went to Bangalore. We did Mr. Kirmani. Unfortunately, Roger sir was unwell. Then we drove all the way to Chennai, did Kiri sir, Hyderabad, Mr. P.R. Mansingh, then came back to Delhi. And it's also very, memorable is due to some reason, Mr. Yash sir wasn't able to join us when we did the Delhi leg. So he was the only player who signed these Opus last. All the players had done the signatures before him, and he was the last player to sign this. And even his shoot, his interview that he gave was really towards the end, and he was so involved. And I still feel about it that we were supposed to meet him on the 16th. We had scheduled a 2-hour interview where the writers wanted to finish the book, but but overall I'm quite happy with what we have done, what we have achieved, and I'm sure the players would like it, the audience would like it, and we have only 1,983 copies, and that many lucky owners who will be there to see what's in it.
So just
I
as
think
well
that's
that
the
Indian.
most important thing. I must have to say, this is only 1,983 books.
Wow.
That's what we
Straight.
had a deal
Yeah.
with them. No more than that. Only number 1,983.
No, they were precise. They said we are not giving you any demo copies also. So whatever you have to demo, that comes out of your pocket.
Yeah.
So on that note, I would actually like to introduce everyone to Carl Fowler. He is the CEO of Opus International. Carl, can you hear us?
You there, Carl?
Carl, are you there?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Just want to let you know, Carl, that there's a banquet hall full of people who are watching you. No, I was just putting on it. Tell us about the idea behind Opus, biggest ever book on Indian cricket, and what's your role in that?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to congratulate everybody there in India. It's I've been watching it from the start, and it's been a fantastic ceremony, and it's the room looks wonderful, and all the players on stage there. It's a proud moment for everybody here at Opus in London.
Wonderful, and we're all looking forward to trying to lift the book. What's heavier, the book or the trophy? Buddy, book is heavier or the trophy?
Book is far heavier. I mean, trophy was not, but trophy is weight otherwise 1,000 times more than the book.
What Amit hasn't said yet is that we have a rule at Opus, is that if anybody can bench press the Opus 100 times, they can keep a copy.
That's a big one.
I'm trying to think of all the people on the stage at the moment in this vintage. Which one of them is going to bench press that much 100 times?
We can call someone from the audience if someone wants to try.
Ballu,
Shirikan.
Ballu bench press 100? Ravi भी कह रहा है.
Don Sandhu is the only guy.
इनकी बातें मत सुनो. I think we might have started something we shouldn't finish.
इनकी और रवि की अगर बातें सुनोगे तो वो चाबी लगा के उठाने को लगा देगा, खुद को हंसते रहेगा, वो देखो अभी भी हंस रहा है.
Before we end, Anupam, Amolya, the thought behind